The month of March is synonymous with the celebration of women globally. The United Nations set aside the 8th of March as the day for the celebration of women across the world. Each year, a theme is adopted to commemorate the day. The theme for 2024 International Women's Day is Inspire Inclusion. When we inspire others to understand the value of women's inclusion, we forge a better world, and when women themselves are inspired to be included, there's a sense of belonging, relevance, and empowerment. The day features clarion calls to action. In this regard, activities are put together to commemorate the day worldwide. The federal government of Nigeria traditionally keys into the global celebration through its many agencies like the Bank of Industry (BOI) to celebrate and recognize women. The 2024 International Women's Day celebration event put together by the Bank of Industry was attended by the First Lady of Lagos State, who was ably represented by a member committee of wives of Lagos State officials, Mrs. Ogunubi Patience. The Managing Director and the Chief Executive Officer of the Bank of Industry, Dr. Olasipo Olusi, was also represented by the Executive Director, Micro Enterprises, Ms. Mabel Ndagi, Executive Director, Corporate Services, Mr. Hussein Efyong, management and staff of the Bank of Industry, and a host of other distinguished women who have made their mark in many spheres of life and have become worthy role models for upcoming generations. The high point of 2024 International Women's Day celebration by the Bank of Industry was the launch of the first-of-its-kind initiative to empower female employees in the bank, tagged BOI Amazons, which is a dedicated focus group for women in BOI aimed at fostering collaboration, networking, and professional development to empower and drive innovation. Here are highlights of the 2024 International Women's Day Conference organized by BOI. I am Hadiza Oyewumi. Welcome to this edition of BOI Impact. And that's how the 2024 Bank of Industry International Women's Day Conference was kick-started with the rendition of the Women's Anthem. The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Bank of Industry, Dr. Olasipo Olusi, was represented by Ms. Mabel Ndagi, Executive Director, Micro Enterprise Directorate. She said the 2024 International Women's Day theme resonates deeply with BOI's commitment to fostering a diverse and inclusive workplace.
This year's theme resonates deeply with our commitment at fostering a diverse and inclusive workplace, as well as our clientele portfolio. As leaders, we have the responsibility to champion inclusivity by ensuring that our workplaces are free from discrimination and biases. As a proud father of 3 beautiful young ladies, this is the MD saying he is a proud father of 3 beautiful ladies. It is my singular honor to launch the Bank of Industry's initiative to empower our female employees called BOI Amazons. This is a dedicated focus group for women in the bank aimed at fostering collaboration, networking, and professional development to empower and drive innovation among our female colleagues. The objective of this initiative is to enhance continuous employee engagement, to create a supportive and inclusive environment, and promote gender equality, thereby enhancing the organization's effectiveness.
She mentioned some of the special funding and business support initiatives created by BOI for female entrepreneurs.
The Bank of Industry has supported over 800 women-owned led businesses with a total disbursement sum of 102 billion naira as at December 2023. We are also the local execution partner for the Islamic Development Bank's Business Resilience Assistance for Value-Adding Services. It's called the BRAVE program. This is a 14 million initiative that was designed to support women-owned businesses, particularly those living in economically disadvantaged areas and arising from conflicts and social unrest. The bank is also currently working with the African Development Bank on its AFAWA initiative. This is a Pan-African initiative to bridge the $42 million financing gap women in Africa face. Under this program, the Africa Guarantee Fund will provide $5.2 million portfolio guarantees of up to 75% of loans made to women-owned businesses, as well as capacity building programs. Under this program, the Africa Guarantee Fund will provide $4.2 million portfolio guarantees of up to 75% of loans made to women-owned businesses, as well as capacity building programs. So please grab it. Furthermore, the fund will also provide $5.24 million as guarantees for up to 50% of loans to women-owned SMEs. In addition, we have in the pipeline the ICR facility program that will offer BOI customized technical assistance to enhance our internal gender operations and client-facing gender lens investing activities. The aim is to improve its services for women-led MSMEs, thereby enhancing their access to finance. This is in collaboration with the European Union and the Organization of African, Caribbean, and Pacific States, OACPS. This is financed through the intra-ACP funds under the 11th European Development Fund, along with the support of the German Federal Ministry of Economic Cooperation and Development and the British Council. The Bank of Industry is also supporting gender lens financing and private equity funding through an on-lending scheme with commercial banks on the back of Alethea Fund, which is a $100 million investment equity fund that provides financial support to women-led organizations across various sectors, such as hygiene, personal care, healthy food snacks, education supplies, humanitarian relief products as well. The bank has disbursed over $6 million out of its $10 million investment commitment to the Alethea Fund. BOI is currently partnering with key women organizations such as Women in Successful Careers, WISCA, Women in Management, Business and Public Service, WIMBIZ, and the International Women Leadership Program to provide their gender advocacy and empowerment drive. These organizations are providing capacity building, mentorship training to ensure adequate women representation in public, private, and political leadership positions. And we strive to do more in the upliftment of women in Nigeria.
Mrs. Oyewumi Akerele, founder and chief executive officer of Lagos Fashion Week and Style House, highlighted the future of sustainable fashion in Nigeria.
This year's theme, Inspire Inclusion, it resonates within the global textile and apparel sector, considering ongoing efforts to ensure that millions of marginalized women and girls around the world who contribute daily to the creation of the clothes that we all wear, they're valued, they're recognized, and they're respected. Over 150 million lives are touched by the global apparel industry daily. We must advocate for both the protection of people, especially women, the protection of the environment, our culture, and planet. One should not necessarily thrive at the expense of the other, and one should not necessarily be promoted at the expense of another. The onus is on all of us sitting in this room. It starts with you. There must be a deliberate mindfulness on all our parts to strive for this balance. And women are the most affected by the side effects of climate change. Protecting our cultural heritage, our people who work within fashion's value cycles, protecting the process involved in the creation of some of these goods that we wear with so much pride and beauty. It takes so much. And the overall impact that this all has on the environment must meet at an intersection, and that also starts with us. In Nigeria, it is time to bridge the gap between intention and action by adopting an attitude of consciousness around this conversation until it collectively becomes our way of being. It is who we are. We all pass down. My children wear each other's clothes. I wear my sister's clothes. But the time has come for us to do a little bit more. And it comes from even making that decision, what am I going to buy? And sometimes I know it's about economics, what can I afford, which is also very valid. But I'm sure that in bigger rooms such as this, conversations can be had on how to ensure that, it is accessible and affordable for all. That's the future we all want to see, the future we all hope to see. We are really thankful at Style House Files and Lagos Fashion Week for the ongoing support of Bank of Industry with the work we do at Style House Files and Lagos Fashion Week. And we look forward to strengthening the capacity of the sector for sustainable development together.
Dr. Ashley Osemwigwe, clinical psychologist, PsyCard Consult, spoke on how women can maintain mental and emotional wellness.
Now, I want us to create a mental wellness plan, and what this does is basically assessing how you are feeling mentally. Okay, so that's the first step. How am I feeling today? So what I do is I rate myself on a scale of 0 to 10. That way I kind of have an idea of how I'm feeling. And then next, I think about which aspects of my mental well-being that I want to prioritize. It could be for the month, for the week. So for example, with me, I feel like I've been putting so much effort into work because this month I have so many things to do. So I'm taking work home. So I feel like for me, what I want to prioritize moving forward is my work-life balance, Making sure I'm not taking work home and making sure when I'm home, I'm spending time doing things that I enjoy, okay? So I think everyone that's how we start by creating a mental wellness plan. Next is thinking about your coping skills and coping mechanisms. Graphic designing helps me cope. Watching TV shows and dramas help me cope. Spending time with my loved ones also helps me cope. It really helps me distress after a long day, and it helps me cope. So those are the 4 things that helps me cope. So other things you can do is connecting with others. So you can make plans with your friends, talk to a friend you haven't spoken to in a while, make dinner plans. You can plan a dinner party. Anything that concerns connecting with others is important. And then exercising, okay? So, like I said, walking around your neighborhood, swimming, yoga, going to the gym, going for a run, tennis. There are so many different options on what you can do for exercise. And then expanding your mind, okay? So you can try mindfulness meditation, like we just learned one here today, very easy one. You can start a new podcast, watch a TED Talk marathon, learn a new movie, read a new book, learn new music, okay? These are all ways you can expand your mind. And then another way is writing things down, okay? So if you're somebody that likes to write, you can start a journal, you can update your CV, start an expressive writing journal, send a handwritten note or letter to someone, okay? And then creativity. You can learn a new skill, start a new DIY project, make a scrapbook, paint or draw a picture, and then learning something new. So learning a new language, an instrument, a new dish to cook, and then caring for others, okay? So volunteering at a charity, doing a random act of kindness, helping a friend watch their pet. There are so many options that you can do to care for others. And then plan for progress. So you can plan your next trip, create a bucket list, or set short and long-term goals for yourself.
Ms. Affion Williams, founder and CEO of Real Fruit, spoke on how to assess funding for different growth stages of business.
I'd implore all of us today to really look at the exercise of raising funding for our businesses as not just looking for money. It's about improving and making sure that our idea is the best that it can be. It's about investing, making sure that our ideas are investable. Not all businesses can actually raise funding, and not all businesses are investable. And if you want to know if your business is investable, you can ask people who invest in businesses and they'll tell you very gladly, actually, and it's very helpful. So putting yourself out there to be able able to get this feedback, to be able to refine your ideas, to be able to, learn from others' mistakes, get ahead of what the market is doing, and get the resources you need to help you compete better. All of that have nothing to do with money, but they greatly increase your chances of funding. And dare I say, they are very, very important to you being successful in raising funding. To promote your businesses like you mean to grow a business. I think another thing is a lot of people don't understand what it takes to scale businesses and the amount of effort it takes. And if you want to stand out, you simply need to put in more effort. So this is another thing that would help you, set you apart from the competition. To also understand what the lay of the land is in terms of what investors are looking for. You're not going to get investment from a fund or an investor who has never invested in Nigeria. It's very unlikely. So it's better to spend your time and talking to the investors who invest in what you're doing, who have invested in where you play, who understand Nigeria, versus spending your time, looking elsewhere. So things like that, being very intentional about it, and of course, structuring your business for funding, which is to say that you need to demonstrate growth, you need to demonstrate revenues, you need to demonstrate that you, as the promoter of the business, know it very well, and you need to demonstrate that you're committed for the long term. And after that, I think, you greatly increase your chances. And of course, sticking through that journey is why I'm successful and perhaps standing in front of you today.
Nigerian singer Waje was on hand to entertain everyone.
My baby fine, oh yeah. Oh yeah. My baby sharp, oh yeah. I love you, baby. Baby fine, oh yeah. Oh yeah. My baby sharp, oh yeah. I love you. Let's go.
The vote of thanks was given by the Executive Director, Corporate Services, Mr. Hussein Efio.
I know last year we've been talking about diversity. And what's diversity? Is bringing women to the table where we can have the discussion. Let them have the seat. We are moving further, now talking about inclusion. And inclusion is giving you the voice. And when you have the voice must be heard. So we should be talking about belonging, not just being on the seat, not just hearing, but your voice should be heard.
Some of the exhibitors at the event spoke with BOI Impact Crew.
Cowdy Africa Limited is a Nigeria roastery located in Lagos, Ilupeju in Lagos. So what we do is we roast coffee freshly and cocoa, and then we also sell coffee machines. We train people on how to make coffee of the European and American standard. We also work on maintenance of coffee machines. So we work with the hospitality industry, we work with the embassies, we supply to the supermarkets and hotels at large. We are here to celebrate the International Women's Day with BOI, who are our supportive partners. So they assist us with loan facilities, and it has also helped to improve our business greatly. So we've been able to add to machineries in-house and also improve the business.
Lux Dental Clinic exists to design smiles. We use dental tools and technology to give people happy, healthy, and confident smiles. That's what we do. We offer a full range of dental services, from preventive to restorative to cosmetic dentistry, orthodontics, and minor surgical procedures also. So Lux Dental Clinic prioritizes the one patient. We exist to design that one patient smile, and we'll go the extra mile to make sure that you're satisfied with care. We give you excellent world-class dental care.
Ronto Foods is in a position to assist when it comes to food production in Nigeria. We have been able to join in the value chain to increase the productivity of food and employing our youths where we have our farm. And more importantly, our products are affordable, they are neat, they are of high quality, top notch, and they are also without any additives or any preservatives. They are purely organic. So what we have in our own Ronto farm, we have 50 hectares of land, at Ilora, where we have planted our own cassava. And so we nurture it, we let it grow, we harvest it, and then we peel it and process it to these cassava products I'm talking about. We have up to 100 staff, and then we are also having the backup from the back of industry that they have given us assurance that for our expansion and for us to be able to reach out not only for the Nigerian consumers but to the outside world to export it, that they are coming up to give us support.
In 2020, we approached BOI to access funds, and we did our part. BOI did their own part. And aside from that, as a female-owned business, we know BOI has a gender desk. And so it wasn't just about providing us with the funds. They've also, we've had access to advisory. We've had access to a network of off-takers as well as mentoring. So it's been a good ride so far. BOI has been quite supportive. We wouldn't be here without them. So when we started out, we had just one recycling machine that had a daily capacity of about 3,000 kg. So we realized quite quickly that if we were to meet the demand and also grow, we had to increase our recycling capacity. So one of the things BOI has helped us achieve is to increase our capacity in terms of the recycling line. And also, you know, obviously when you have a new equipment, that also means that you have to employ more people, and that wouldn't have been possible if we don't have the support of BOI.
The Bank of Industry, as a leading advocate of gender equality and inclusivity, has positioned itself over the years to ensure that women-owned and women-led businesses are able to access suitable concessional financing over long tenures under favorable terms, as well as business advisory services. The launch of BOI Amazons by the MD/CEO of BOI, Dr. Olashipo Olusi, is indeed a testament to the bank's commitment to promoting gender equality, continuous employee engagement, and creating a supportive and inclusive environment for all to thrive. The bank's dedicated gender business group was the first of its kind in Nigeria when it was established more than 18 years ago and is still growing stronger. To all the young ladies and fellow women watching me right now, please know that the Gender Business Group is available to help you achieve your dreams, so do not hesitate to contact us today. Before I sign off on today's edition of BOI Impact, remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. Pursue your entrepreneurial dream with the Bank of Industry. For further inquiries, please visit any of BOI offices around you or log onto our website, or better still, simply call our customer care lines. I am Hadiza Oyewumi. Let's keep inspiring inclusion. It's good evening and have yourself an enterprising week. Bye for now.